No! Don't make me do it! No! No! Why? I didn't. No, I don't want this. Why? Benfritz! Benfritz! I did not ask for this. Stop! I apologize for reliving my life. You know, but having sardonic perspectives, you know, it's based on, you know, life life experience. Like you're not a cynical Tuesday, Friday, or asshole for no reason. And if you are, then genetics, I guess. I don't like that already. We're going into cold place, right? No, we're going to hot place. Okay, so what are you? Yeah, you're making me uncomfortable.
And you know how this goes. They want scans of the area so they can
No, I heard you. I don't know about the.
first sites marked down your map.
Oh, so I was talking to myself.
Radar and let's
I always knew you were a figment of my imagination. There was never a Xanax. There was always some other. My imagination is amazing.
Well, okay, there we go. All right, I'm talking again. So that first video
no, my theoretical voice is going to be here for the rest of the people who are going to embrace my insanity. Because you know what? Even his own mother assumed his voice was the same as mine. So, you know what? Yeah. You're literally listening to one person, i.e., Buddah, having multiple voices and interpretations.
God, no, that was horrible. No, I think I have a 0. Yeah, I think that our first 2-3 hours was just you.
That's a badass.
So you were talking to yourself for the first several hours of the stream.
I was in the military, man. That's just a fact.
Alright, I'm not seeing any pebbles around here.
Not either.
You're gonna need to hit some rocks with your pickaxe. I'm gonna have to come to you to get some rocks. At least so I can start making my own pickaxe.
And that's understandable, but right now I've been sitting here thinking I need to be able to make an axe just so I can.
Never. I've been finding some rocks. Okay, I'm okay now.
Oh, where are you at?
No, I have a pickaxe now. It's just like literally for the first few minutes, I'm like, I got nothing here.
Okay, let's coalesce here. I just put a way marker. Blackberries.
Okay. I will in just a second. I just need to... I can't break these rocks. Oh, I can't break that rock. I can break this rock.
Yeah, no, the rocks are different.
I didn't realize the rocks were that different. Okay. Damn it, I depleted. Me. thought it was a bit odd that nobody said anything for our first stream.
Guess my perspective is flawless.
Nobody went, "Oi! There's supposed to be two people talking. I can only hear one."
Like I said, even your own mother thought I was you on some phone calls, so you know what? It's quite possible everyone thinks you're me because I am the most important voice.
I guess.
Which actually, the other thing is I still find it amusing that even third party wise, I guess, listening to the recording of voices, your voice to me, sounds normal. Everything is fine. But when it comes to hearing my own voice, I'm just like, God, I sound horrible. Like the best thing I've come to thus far is Think Before You Sleep YouTube channel. Well, seriously, we need a. It's kind of like saying Facebook me or some shit. That we need. There needs to be a better term for. Hey, watch a video or what have you.
A better turn other than YouTube it.
Yeah. Well, it's like, hey, because it's like, okay, you have random social media bullshit. Look on Twitter or what have you.
Yeah.
And if you say look on Twitter, don't get me wrong, it's meant specifically for Twitter, but at the same time, Twitter has the initial aspect, in which case, saying, Twitter, it, as it were, carries a certain aspect or note. And Hyper is finally meow.
Huh? Are you getting activity in the Discord?
Yep. He's sending us what looks like Icarus, us mining, which is the most important part. I mean, I'm glad Hyper knows where the. I mean, you keep pushing this, Hyper. We got a game for you. We seriously got. Well, I got a game for you.
To be fair, we were playing Terraria for like 3 hours and
Yeah,
nobody
I
was
mean,
there.
we got some terrarium, y'all, but no. You were off doing your own bullshit, so. Yeah.
Like literally we just started Icarus. We've been playing Terraria for at least 2.5 hours. God, I suck with the bow.
Also true. Also true. When you're hurt.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, is he talking in?
Our break was a little longer than usual this time around. There were some updates to...
If you want to deflect your times and accuracy, then yeah, we were doing things, you were not doing things.
Okay, I am having a real hard time one-shotting things, so I guess I'm not one-shotting things. Alright, I'm just wasting arrows now.
The Zyonics way.
Naturally. Oh, there should be some water in their cave over here. Water is always required. But yeah, no, we failed to kill the Empress of Light several times. And
Yeah,
we dropped two of the
were
lunar
straight up.
pillars.
We were straight up getting destroyed by Empress of Light, and then the solar pillars were like, huh, you thought the Empress of Light was easy. No, we didn't. Yeah. There has been no happy times tonight.
Yeah, no, it's been very much pain and sadness. But this is actually a really dense cave. This cave isn't bad at all things considered. Oh, it's a 3 chevron cave. That makes sense.
You're ahead of me. Okay. I was about to say, where the fuck are you?
But I feel like the biggest problem with your chosen location for house is we really don't have that much wood over there.
And I was assuming we would be getting wood along the way. But to be fair, I guess it's always possible.
That's a hole.
That we start off on Stone House.
No, we can't start on Stone House.
We need copper or iron, one of the two.
Yeah, iron nails. But you're right. I should have been chopping wood and bringing it with me.
So I was thinking about setting up a house right about So I just put a waypoint down.
Yeah, no, I know where you were thinking. It's just there's like nothing there.
Yeah, like I was saying, I was assuming you at least would choppy. I did do, I over mined. Because I got over 200 oxide and I got about 200 sulfur, so I'm kind of
I mean, we're gonna need
on.
that. We really are.
We are, but I got it too early. But I was assuming, you know, division of labor.
We will make do.
So random queue for you, Hyper. Sorry, paranoia kicking in on my end. What do you know about the Russia-Ukraine conflict? Because I still don't know if I'm supposed to be calling it something else.
It's a war.
Is it a war? I mean, the Iraq war was, I believe, is still a conflict or was a conflict, so.
I believe most news media outlets are, in fact, calling it a war.
Yeah, but most news media outlets are full of shit, so.
Yeah. But since they're calling it a war, that means the fact checkers are calling it a war, which means it's a
And
war.
no, because even fact checkers are now considered opinion based on Facebook and fucking MSNBC. Our fact checkers are actually really opinion people. And no, that's not an exaggeration. You can look it up. That's actually depressing in a lot of ways. That, hey, I want to sue news media for being full of shit. No, no, no. News media is actually opinion media. Then why call it news? Because nobody would watch it if we just call it opinion, I guess. I don't fucking know.
I'm about to say, if you want the news, watch the... And then I don't have an answer to that question. I guess YouTube?
I was gonna say, if you want the news, wipe your ass and look at the shit stains. That'll give you more information than any news site, media, whatever. And that's still, I'm not gonna lie. So, politically, for me, I am libertarian that leans right. I do watch Fox News mainly because it doesn't have such a ugh, ugh, when I'm watching it. It's still horrible, but it's at least not making me gag. Where when I watch CNN, MSNBC, ABC, all that other horseshit, which is straight up like Ipecac, but for the ears and eyes and nose. It's all horrible. But yeah, no, I was talking to Alex about that earlier tonight, literally, where it's like, you know what? When I listen to the news, hear the news, and what have you, my response is, well, maybe a bomb exploded, maybe in China, maybe. Oh, it turned out that somebody wasn't taking care of their propane tank, maybe. I, I, my trust in any news is 1 out of 100. So, yeah, yeah, maybe. But this, no, maybe. So, are we setting up a house where I just put a way marker, or you want to put it somewhere else?
I'm intending on setting up a house there.
Where?
I'm heading there now. I'm crafting shit. There should be plenty of things to be had out here. I'm gonna build off to one side though.
I don't know. Choose wherever. The main reason why I was thinking that location was it was like the middle of multiple dig sites.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like a decent spot.
Now I think about it, it's kind of depressing when... What the fuck is that? Oh, I'm dehydrated.
You never went into a cave, did you?
No, I just trying to find one of the caves down here, but apparently not. I might be dying soon then.
Good to know.
You mind marking the cave that you went into?
The cave
Sure
I
have
went
fun.
into is way the fuck away from you. But the closest cave to you should be about right there.
No.
If you can make it to me, I can swap you a water bottle. In front of you. Hello?
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Before you leave.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm building a goddamn house.
Well, turn around. Turn around. There's the outside of the ground. I don't know how well you're doing on that. Oh, guess I'll do it inside of the house just to be safe. There's 163 wood. There's a chunk of fiber if you go in the house. Thank you for saving me.
Mm-hmm. Lag, lag. No. Not like this. Not like
Not
this.
like this.
No. Shit.
I mean, the fact that I haven't been bounced out yet is the thing that's making me go.
Yeah, and the fact that I still see you moving around makes me think maybe the game will recover. Maybe.
No, I'm trying to look for. No, we're not recovering. And the main reason I know that now looking at it is because I'm getting no storm exposure, and I should probably be stacking that up like a motherfucker, so.
God damn it.
Well, it's nice to know it's on your end instead of my end, so, I mean, That's a happy note.
Hooray!
Can't close the door. I mean,
Alright.
Hypertooth is gonna be orgasmic.
Alright.
Well, I
Well,
can
here's
see.
my background for a second. I'll just launch Icarus
Look at
again
that
real
ass
quick.
crack.
That was art. That was fucking art. And
You know what the
I don't want
difference
anyone to
between
tell me otherwise. That was fucking art.
you want to know what the difference between art and pornography is?
You'll know it when you see it.
That too, actually.
That's literally the difference between art and pornography, as defined by the Supreme Goddamn
No.
Court.
The Supreme Court, as far as I know, is. Do you know what, or how do you define pornography? I don't know. I know it when I see it, and that was, I believe, Scalia. When it comes to the difference between art and pornography, that's a Family Guy joke, maybe based on something else, which I wouldn't be surprised about. Is art, unlike pornography, gets a government grant.
Okay, that's not an unreasonable loss of progress.
Now, I still would. Well, I still want you to play uh Lost Ark, and I think if we can actually, well, if one of us or both of us can keep track of where the other person is, that's one of the big issues. I think that would be good or a great aspect.
So house is up. We can use. We can definitely get behind. Oh, fuck! I need a box. I need leather. I need. We need a fire pit. Things like that. You know. The usual
Well,
suspects.
thus far, because I was overweight and I didn't know where we were going to be at, I have killed nothing. But there's a bunch of, animals out there, so we can fix that quickly.
Yeah.
And for those of you who are curious, when I say something like quicklier, it's something that a sergeant on my first deployment said, and I found it amusing. So I keep saying it. So quicklier. I'm not gonna lie, it actually quite amuses me every time I say quicklier, and people are like, that's not a word, right? I'm like, I fucking know it's not a word. Then what do you say? Because it amuses me. Sounds like I was interrupting something you were finding annoying.
Well, I'm trying to kill critters, and I'm not getting my sneak crit kills, but I just barely got a sneak crit kill, so.
Ah, so when the Buddha is around, you finally have the Zen. Got it.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but.
I would, just because you wouldn't respect your true deity. When you have shit followers, man. When you have shit followers.
Oi! Get away from my deer!
I'm saving you time. Go kill something else. Seriously, just like a deity, you try to help out your followers, and they just start bitching and moaning, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, fine. I'll let it bake in the fucking sun. No. I was gonna get there eventually. Yeah, sure you were.
There was no eventually. I was running towards it when you took it.
Uh-huh. Seriously, followers are shit. This is why gods always have short tempers. Speaking of which, I still recommend you going through the Dresden series. Don't get me wrong, there's a great chunk of issues with the series, but it's actually quite well, especially since I think there's like 17 books done, but they're actually quite good.
The Dresden series.
Yeah, it's I'd have to look it up again to make sure. It's the like Dresden Detective or some shit like that. I don't remember precisely. But
Did you
it's
give me a
about
fire pit or a fireplace or some shit in the house?
do you have stone?
No, but I can get some.
Okay, hold on a second. So I need sticks actually. If you can throw me 8 sticks, we'll be fine. Along
I can
with,
throw
you know.
you 8 sticks.
Okay.
So we need to start cooking meat because hunger's becoming a problem.
Yep, same here.
I mean, that's not quite what I had in mind, but that's good enough for now.
Yeah, we just need food. So throw your, yeah. Sulfurs. Oh.
And even getting rock is annoying out here.
Well, to be fair, I was kind of hoping that the mines that we were going to be taking advantage of were going to be fucking hell. We're going to be you know, behind stone walls, in which case you have to mine a little bit, you get a shit ton of stone.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, speaking of which, random. So the book 5 of the Expanse series.
Yeah.
I was combining book 5 and book 6 because some of the things, well, spoilers for those of you who are listening. So if you've never listened to the Expanse series and you want to not hear the spoilers,
Get fucked
you know,
because the books came out like 8 years ago.
but I'm talking just so that they can ignore and jump ahead, like, you know, 5 minutes or what have you. But what happened?
5
I
minutes.
know.
That's cute.
Yeah. I know. What's his name again? Fred. Fred
Red
Johnson.
Johnson, yeah.
I know he dies of a stroke during a high burn, and I thought that happened in book 5, but apparently it doesn't happen in book 5. So
Nope, it
shit.
happens in book 6. Like, it literally just happened for
Yeah,
me.
and like I said, for me, ooh, no, 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 no. So I'm at a point of if you go outside of this zone, you are dead.
Were you heading to the Star
Here's
Cave or what?
I was trying to go into the Star Cave.
Yeah, that's at the edge of existence. You're not going to get in there, I don't think.
Well, it's on the edge. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't think you're getting in there.
But yeah, no, it's one of those little tidbits where I remember that Fred Johnson was killed by a stroke, and I thought it happened while they were trying to, save Naomi, but I guess not. Because I have to admit, one of the big, another one of those big issues is I don't remember, uh, Mao being part of the story in any way.
Clarissa?
Yeah, I
You
don't
don't
remember
remember
clear.
Amos taking a liking to her and going,
No,
hey?
I remember all of that. I just don't remember her being a part of the crew. Like I said, I thought Fred died in book 5. I remember Clarissa, pseudo being part of the crew, but I don't remember her in any real sense being actively a part of the crew. In which case, okay, Clarissa, whatever, she's there and then she's not there.
I don't think it's so much she's there and then she's not there. Um,
Well, I'm not saying she's not there either. It's just that I don't remember any plot points. But it's part of the complete culmination because, like I said, I thought Fred dying due to a stroke was during book 5, not book 6. In which case, my memory of book 6 is straight up non-existent. Apparently,
we already agreed on this, though.
yeah. I'm re-emphasizing it, I guess, is the most simplistic way to put it is
Your memory
I
of book
thought,
6 is crap.
well, that just means, as far as I'm concerned, at least on one point, is it's book 7 where Bobby is talking to her nephew. Because I totally did forget about the sub point that has no purpose, as far as I can tell, of the Russian priestess living in Africa.
Yeah, no, that's just flavor text that actually is largely meaningless.
Yeah,
Um,
I assumed it was, but yeah, it's the chick that you met 2 books ago, so enjoy.
yeah, it's the plot point you met 2 books ago that allowed Holden to retain ownership of the Rosinante.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm getting really pissed off right now. because I've literally gone by something like 5 or 6 cave sites and nothing.
I mean, I found one.
I have not found a single one.
Go there. It's a big ass hole. Don't fall in. You fall in, well, actually no, you should probably help me
It's a
do some
big ass hole.
hunting.
Don't fall in.
You
Got
should
it.
actually help me do some hunting because we need beds. God, I can't sneak crit shit right now. Uh,
So there's this lefty guy that I watch, and he's a nerd type dude that I watch. Like he's actually one of the people I sent you a video of, who's like hyperly hardcore Tolkien fan.
yeah.
God damn it! You got any wood on you?
Yeah, I have wood on me.
I guess don't worry about it. I'll go back to the house if I
I'm
can.
going back to the house right now.
Okay. But yeah, no, he's a lefty who's a hyperly Tolkien fan. And I'm totally forgetting why I was bringing that up now. You were talking about the hole that I shouldn't go into.
No, I'm saying you should go into the hole. Don't fall in the hole.
Well, okay. I was thinking that
There
maybe
is a
you were giving
distinct
me
difference, and you can charge your O2 canister over here.
Roger that. Yeah, I was thinking that you were telling me that the hole was a, death trap, as it were.
No, the hole is where the cave is. Just don't fall into the fucking thing. That's what I was trying to get at.
I'm not flying. I'm falling in style.
Yeah. I gotta go pee. I'll be right back.
Roger, Roger. Oh, so I think this is part of it. So one of the things that he was musing about, silly right wing people type thing, is that uh they use the Punisher skull, and it's like, you do realize that the Punisher actually kills innocent people, blah 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 blah. You like the Punisher, you're a horrible, horrible person. And it's like, plenty of people, and there was actually quite a few people in his comment section that was going, when it comes down to it, let's say you go in on, I don't know, some chick or some dude, pounding away on say a 3-year-old. Are you telling me that just having the urge to literally end that person is a bad thing? Oh, but, other people are harmed. Uh, Hold up real quick,
I
if you
don't
don't
know where you're
mind.
going. You're kind of meandering here.
Drop your water bottle real quick. I'm still empty on that, so I want. Yeah, thank you, good sir. Okay, back down. Thank you, good sir.
Well, I'll help you find a fucking cave.
Well, I dropped off most of my shit. I didn't check the fur or the leather, so I don't know how that standing is.
In order to make a bed, I need 2 more fur. But I think I can get a skinning bench down. Yes, I can get a skinning bench down. Which will help us get some fur.
Who knew that nighttime mild sandstorm would lead to flashbacks?
I mean, I did, but whatever. Those go on the skinning bench. There.
You know, funny tidbit that just might be I don't think it's just my paranoia, but you know, my paranoia.
Yeah.
Wanting to set up my area, my casa as it were, my the area that I control, and wanting to be able to pay attention and control my holy shit, I was not expecting that. Control my environment.
Alright.
I'm sorry, apparently there's a worm that is spawning inside of a wall, which is scaring me and intimidating me at the same time. But yeah, no, I straight up quite frequently, because I'm not, my area is not set up as I would prefer. I spend more time than it's probably acceptable turning around to doors closed, right? Nobody's opening the door, nobody's, even though my door is actually, yeah, it has some issue, so I'll hear like a thunk thunk. But even then, I make a certain effort to, okay, check the door real quick. But then again, my paranoia has been like, if my paranoia is not a 10, because I've known a few paranoid people.
Mm-hmm.
Probably an 8 or a 7, and that's based on the hyperly paranoid people that I know. But even then, I'm pretty goddamn paranoid.
Generally speaking, yes, you are.
Fucking hell! I finally found a water goddamn source. Now I still remember there was a. Don't remember what class it was. It was a college class though. And it's like, hey, how many of you people are like, hey, sign up. This is my sign-in information. This is my satellite position information. Blah 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 blah. How many of you are cool with that? And I was like, the one person. I was like, no, fuck that noise. I don't care about that shit. Why? Cause I don't care. Fuck big business. Fuck big tech. I don't want. They don't need to know that much information. And they're like, well, if I want to order toilet paper, I want to make it to where I get toilet paper quick, fast, and easy. It's like, nope, don't care. Do not care. In fact, I'm hyperly paranoid to the point where it's like, I care enough I don't want them to know this. If I could ship all my necessities to a PO box and pick it up later, that's pretty much where I stand. You're just stupid. I guess, but I'm paranoid, so no. Of course, one of the things that always comes to mind for me is there's a story of a girl. I believe she was 14, but it doesn't really matter, I guess. Who she was looking up certain things on the internet, and what she was looking up based on certain algorithms and whatnot was saying, hey, this chick be pregnant. And so they start sending this like 14-year-old girl a bunch of pregnancy magazines and whatnot. And the father, is picking up the mail and whatnot, sees this and goes, hey, why are you sending my daughter, pregnancy magazines and what have you? They're like, because. And then they look it up, and guess what? She's fucking pregnant.
Big tech's pretty amazing that way.
Big tech is terrifying that way.
As someone who's tried to collate data, it's actually really fucking hard.
Oh no, it is hard, but that's where the whole AI aspect kicks in, where you make an AI, or you make an AI, and you give it certain heuristics, I believe is the proper term.
It is,
And don't
but
get me wrong.
making an AI isn't fucking easy.
No, I'm not even pretending it's easy. I'm just saying that if you can, well, not even manipulate, if you can understand big data, like literally your life is, it give big data, give AI with big data, like what, I don't know, 1 year, 6 months. I would actually probably say like a month or two. You would not be considered an unknown quantity. They'll know who you want to vote for, why you want to vote for it, what your preferences are. Like everything will be known, and that's fucking terrifying as far as I'm concerned. But other people are like, well, it helps me, buy fucking pizza quicker. Yeah, I mean, I'm all about quicker pizza purchases, but no, 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 no. I don't fucking care.
Oh, I'm still carrying in my goddamn scanner. That's why I can't take the antelope home.
And just reverse that actually. But yeah, no, I'm straight up the hyper paranoid aspect where it's like, you know what? My phones are turned off, or GPS and whatnot are turned off. My PCs are turned off. I'll put in general locale of, okay, I want to know what the temperature is in, Idaho. Don't fucking care. But someplace close to me.
Yeah.
And that's going to be my general information. Outside of that, no. I don't want Microsoft or YouTube or anything like that to know anything about my location or my preferences. But what about, nope, don't care. I want Google, I want YouTube, I want Apple, I want all these motherfuckers to know nothing about me at all times.
Yeah, despite things like GDPR, they probably know everything about you.
Oh, I'm sure they know a fuck ton about me. No, it's actually one of those things, reference him again, Tim Pool was talking about, where it's like, you know what? When it comes down to it, they have a shadow profiles of people. So the fact that or my sister or my mother or my brother or what have you uploads a picture and it's like, hey, this is, daughter, brother, sister, cousin, blah 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 blah. And honestly, one of the things I've been curious about that I've never tapped into, but I know it's a thing, is the whole facial recognition, where it's like, I want to look up A, and if you can isolate A, there's already a search algorithm for A, and so the fact that it's like A, B, and C is in this picture, and I'm B, it's like, okay, look at this facial. I want to look up B, as it were. That's fucking terrifying.
That's big data.
No, and that just is when it comes down to it. It's I was talking to this one guy when I was in college, and he was like, "Wow, that scares me." It's like, that scares you. Just think about gravity. He's like, "Well, gravity is," and he's literally quoting it like a parrot would, and is like, "Okay, just because you can say words doesn't mean you understand." But you want just if you want to be terrified, like quite literally, every aspect on the planet is terrifying. Because first off, how many people can accurately define simply gravity and understand it? I understand gravity is a force that pulls you down, as it were, or magnetism type spiel. Like, I understand it in the vaguest of sense, but when it comes to literally defining gravity and understanding it, no, no, no. Gravity is like the internet. it's straight up invisible magic.
No. Invisible magic, as it is.
But
The one
yeah,
nice thing
no,
about this mission I gotta give it credit for is these are all herbivores.
thankfully. But yeah, no,
As obnoxious as they are to hunt, this is all fucking herbivores.
but yeah, no, when it comes straight down to it, the amount of things we take for granted is psychotic. You know, I think that's maybe part of the reason why I thoroughly enjoy. Well, no, I don't thoroughly enjoy it, but I do get a certain amount of a great amount a great amount of enjoyment out of the Expanse series.
Really? I feel like you're getting fucking bored of the Expanse series.
I like I like book 1, book 2, book 3. Book 4 has its issue, and I think it comes down. Well, I think the story isn't that good, and I think the voice actor person thing leads to issues. Book 5 has been good, especially since it's the all of a sudden you have the division of all the individuals, so I do have a certain amount of enjoyment. And book 6, I don't know, but yeah, and this is where I'm in this weird, I don't know, microcosm. Am I not enjoying the book because of the reader, which has happened more than once?
The only change in the reader was the Ellis book. Then they went back to
Yeah,
the
but
original reader.
doesn't book so does book 6 have the same as every other book then? Because I thought book 5. All right, maybe it was book 6. I don't
Book
know.
6 has the same reader as book
Uh,
5. The only vary was the Illis book, book 3. That's the only
yeah.
book that has a different reader.
See, then I'm thinking book 7 might have a different reader. Like I said, there was like one book that I just remember I only went like an hour into it and I just tapped out. I just didn't care.
It might have been book 7. This book 6 has the same reader as everything else.
Which is fucking good as far as I'm concerned. The original reader is great. I enjoy him. But I don't, and I think actually part of the, because I think I started book 7 because, like I said, I remember Bobby having a conversation with her nephew, but at the same time, I remember you telling me that it's like, oh yeah, no, there's like a 20-year jump, and most times, like 95% of the time, when there's a time jump, I am literally straight up apathetic. Not even apathetic. I am straight up hostile. Like, if you're doing a time jump, you better fucking wow me, or I'm gonna be literally your most extreme critic. Like, there has to be a reason for.
And there is a reason for the time jump.
Yeah, but the same thing could be said when it came to
Do you remember why there was a time jump?
No, you told me there was a time jump.
I
I don't
told
know
you
why
there
there was a time.
was. Do you remember why there was a time jump?
No.
So
I
I feel like your
remember.
criticism is invalid at this point.
Okay, let me use this as a reference. Um, well, actually, you probably remember this better than I do. The Dune series,
Yes.
book, what was it, 3?
I think it was 3, yeah.
Book 3, you jump ahead, about 1,000 years. Okay, that irritates me, but fine. You're following, same character. Book 4, you're ahead 1,000 years again, and you have no reference.
But that's not what happens in the Expanse series.
I'm not saying that's what happens in the Expansers. I'm just saying that when it comes to time jumps, they are. Sorry, hold a sec.
I understand that you do not like them.
Yeah, I do not like them, and that's my issue. When you say they jump ahead 20 years, it's like, okay, it. I mean, already 6 years, the Rocinante is already not top tier, but at the same time, they apparently are making enough money that it should be, but it's not. And so I can understand both arguments. And, there's a multitude along that same vector. And, I mean, why would they jump ahead 20 years? Because you have to think about it. You have like a fleet of Martians. Martians are people who were born and raised on Mars, but then all of a sudden we're doing other things, just as a random note.
Yeah.
They are going through the rings, in which case the that's gonna lead to more things, but at the same time, no. Nothing of importance is happening for the next 20 years.
It's not that nothing of importance happens for 20 years. It's the old writer's trope where you're reading a story and you, as the reader, you have to ask the author this question: is this the most interesting thing that happens to this character? If the answer is no, then the immediate follow-up question is, then why am I reading this? Why am I not reading the most interesting thing that has happened to this character? In 20 years, something very, very fucking interesting happens.
And I can understand that to an extent. Well, I understand the idea, the concept. But for me, it's so in 20 years with Tolden, with Naomi, with uh, uh Alex, with
Amos.
Amos. That was the one I was forgetting. Nothing was happening. Like they were literally, drinking beer, masturbating, watching random TV or random shows and what have you. They're like, nothing was happening. In which case, if you're arguing they're just on the constant cycle of nothing happening, then yeah, I can run with that. But
I'm
the
not
thing
saying
is,
nothing is happening. I'm saying nothing particularly interesting is happening.
so, but this leads to the other thing. Like this is one of the You ever watch the TV show 24?
No, I try to avoid that one.
All right. Okay. But do you understand the concept of 24?
Yes, I do.
So, mansplaining for everyone out or everyone else out there. Um, 24 was ultimately you have a person who's having a 24 hours, literally, midnight to midnight, horrible shit happening, and this guy is on top of it. Fucking in Jack Bauer, we trust is literally a reference slash joke I've heard before.
Yeah.
So, given that things are happening and your things are being run with, but part of the issue also is the fact that well, so you have 24 hours now. Okay, let's say Jack Ryan, Jack Bauer, fucking Hannibal Lecter, I don't fucking care. 24 hours of absolute intense shit is happening. Why would Jack Bauer, I believe was the guy, be the exact same person happening 2 years later, as it were? This leads to me going, wait, why? Like, it should be kind of like a Final Fantasy type thing. Like, Cecil is kicking ass and taking names and going to the moon because he's part Lunarian and shit like that. Blah blah blah. Like, there's a bunch of shit going on. That's one story, and that should exist until the end of that. After that, no, there is no Final Fantasy 4 type or X2, unlike Final Fantasy 13, which went for what, 3 games, I believe, maybe 4.
Yeah.
And that's all. No, 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 no. That's not how these stories run. That's just straight up stupidity.
Okay. How does this apply to the Expanse?
Jumping 20 years, you now have to apply the fact that did they not upgrade the Rocinante in the 20 years? Which
No,
that's
they
one of the
did.
big. But is it still effective for or after the 20 years? And the fact that okay, so that's actually another thing. When it comes to the characters, I don't know their ages, but at day zero, as it were, Holden, Naomi, Amos, Alex, they're all, let's say, 20 years old. Just and they're definitely not 20, but let's just
No,
say they're
they're
20
they're
years
they're
old.
all like 50 and shit at this point.
Well, I'm saying at the first point where they're with on the ice hauler.
The
They're
Canterbury.
like Canterbury. I knew it started with the C, sadly enough. That's all I could say. So on this, they're like 20 years old. They're not. If anything, they're all like 40. Well, maybe Amos is like 20, but whatever. Let's claim
30.
there's 20,
You know
30.
for a
Okay.
fact that Naomi is like 35.
Okay. So let's claim all of them are 30 years old. Between the Canterbury destruction to the end of book 5, they're about that's 6 years. Let's say 7 years, because it's 6 years between book 1 and book 5, and we're talking about the end of book 6, I believe. So let's say 7 years. So they're all now 37, and then book 6 is going to be, let's say, another year, so that's 38. So then that's going to be 20 years from there. why are they jumping 20 years? Like literally, you have, let's say, you know, quote unquote, suitably, half of the Martian Navy literally being abducted, destroyed, or what have you.
All I can say is
No,
the
no.
time jump makes sense within the context of the book.
If it makes sense, it makes sense. And
And you're
I
not
had
giving it that. You're saying it's
no, no, no.
dumb,
Hold
it
up,
doesn't
hold up,
make sense. I'm saying it does make sense within the context.
hold up, hold up. I'm gonna add a modifier because or one thing I'm gonna point out is the first time you told me about the Bobaverse book series,
Yeah,
I bitched about how that didn't make sense, correct?
yeah,
And I listen to the books, I enjoy the books, and I recommend the books, correct?
yeah.
Okay, so it's possible. I'm highly skeptical, but it's possible that this story makes sense. And I will be agreeable about this and whatnot. I haven't tapped into it, but I'm still trying to figure out how a 20-year jump makes sense in the general sense. Don't get me wrong. You've recommended books that have done time jumps, and you know what? They've been some goddamn good books. But I just because one book, two books, three books are good doesn't mean the rest are. So don't get me wrong. I'm now more interested in this, but I'm still trying to figure out how. Well, like you said, Naomi is like 35 at book one, so that means
No,
she's
she's like 35 at book 5. She's probably
oh, so
like
she's
29 at book 1.
okay, so she's
Because
35,
her son is 15 when she meets him, and it's been
16.
like 6 years.
Well, and that's actually something else I was paying attention to because he's 15 to 16 in book 5.
Yeah.
And then when you look at that, they've been on the Rocinante for 6 years, so that means he was 9-ish when,
In book
the
1. He was like
yeah,
9 or 10 in book 1.
yeah. And don't get me wrong, that's actually been something I've been paying attention to on this, where it's like, okay, where were these at? Because that's one of those little tidbits where, like, I want, or if it, time is an important thing for me. I don't remember when or where or why that was an important thing, but time has always been an important, well, not always, but recently has been an important thing of, okay, this is happening, this is when this is happening type spiel.
Yeah.
And I just remember the Expanse series, this led to an issue. But like I was saying, I remember finishing the book we're on now, but there's one additional art, book 7, and Naomi's talking to her nephew or what have you. And maybe that's the same voice actor as book 5. Yeah, book 5. Which also leads to the whole aspect of bad voice actors are just horrible. Seriously. You need
Honestly,
to
I don't
find
think
people.
it's the voice actor. I think you just got tired of the story and you stopped wanting to listen.
Well, it's not. Well, okay.
There's nothing
Let's
wrong with
see.
getting tired with the story.
I was gonna say let's say I got tired with the story, which is fine. Well, which is possible. It's more. Did I get sick of sci-fi books and what have you. Like I hit book 4 of the Expanse series, then all of a sudden I don't care to listen to um fuck berries. It was right there and now it's gone. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Would I not want to listen to that um after the Expanse series book 5? And to be fair, I think when I ran into issues with the Expanse series, that's the main issue. And I'm not gonna lie, that's actually been one of those. Maybe that's part of the reason why I didn't like book 4. I don't know. I still just think book 4 was a shit book. But that could just be a me
Book
thing.
4 of Expanse?
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with thinking it was a bad book.
Yeah.
That's Illus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate the Illus book. I think the Illus book is garbage.
Well, as long as as long as that is not just me, because yeah, no, I didn't like that book, and the fact that like so every once in a while, and I'll explain some of this a bit later.
Yeah, no, the
But
biggest issue I had with book 4 is I felt like the characters were unrelatable. Their actions, their decisions were not the actions or decisions I would make.
no,
The only one who acted like a reasonable human fucking being, I think, was Alex.
I would go that far personally, but I can understand at the same time.
Well, it's one of those things where it's like, well, Havelock eventually acts like a human fucking being. Mercury
And Havelock,
never acts like a human fucking being. Holden doesn't act like a human fucking being.
sorry, who is the number 2 that doesn't?
Havelock, Mercury, and Holden. So, Mercury?
Well, Mercury is a sociopath, and at the
Mercury
same
is a
time,
sociopath. And Holden,
I
as an actual human fucking being, should have listened to Amos and shot the fucker in the face
yeah.
as soon as he blasted the head of the terrorist organization. Like,
No,
Holden should have blasted him in the
early, I would
face
argue.
right then and there.
I would argue that's too early. It should have been soon after the attack on the terrorist organization aspect, like when they wiped out the entire terrorist cell. I don't have a hammer, by the by, to repair the house.
Neither do I. So I guess we'll just leave the house to burn, huh?
Well, what do we need for a hammer? That's part of what I was going out for.
Fiber stick, but I don't know if we have any fiber kicking around. Do you have fiber?
So, I don't.
I guess we need to get some fiber. Since all the fiber has been turned into rope.
God damn it! I'm sorry. We need a firecracker.
You need fiber for that.
But I'm dead.
I don't know if I can save the house. Probably not, honestly.
Nope. If you don't have a fire wrecker, I don't think you can. And where the house is irrelevant because there's no caves around, which literally neuters the whole perspective of where we put the house down, so. But regardless, I just still don't understand. I still can't conceive, I should say, how you can jump 20 years ahead and be like, hey, you remember James Holden who was like 30? Yeah, now he's 50. Okay, cool. And now he's now randomly important 50 years or 20 years later. Why would he be important 20 years later? Because he is.
There's a fireworker, but, yeah. Really isn't much we can do about that.
Nope.
You no longer get to give me shit about lighting the house on fire.
Yeah, I've only done it once. You've done it like 3 times.
I only did it once.
Twice.
I only burned the whole goddamn house down once.
But you did light the house on fire twice.
Yeah, but I was trying to light the house so we could see the house. But I only lit the goddamn house on fire and burned it
Hey,
down
I told
once.
you though. I told you. Oh, I lit the house on fire and ran away. I gave you a heads up.
Well, to be fair, this shit went up like a goddamn bundle of goddamn twigs. This was an impressive fire. Mine took time. You were you were like a mile away.
For a bundle of sticks.
I was down the street. I was across the street. Like I was still in the neighborhood, and I came back, and the entire house was fucking gone.
There's a term for a bundle of sticks.
We don't get to say that on Twitch.
Huh?
We don't get to say that on Twitch.
I'm not saying it on Twitch. I'm just saying there's a term for a bundle of sticks. And it was on fire. And it burned the house down. And you're blaming... You know, there's this one joke on Family Guy. And they were talking about a flaming queen. Yeah.
Alright, I kind of want to call it.
Yeah, I mean, me too. Hopefully there's food around here.
We saved the box. Yeah, I'm gonna let you quit first.
I just want to find.
There's 6 over here. There's 6 food over here. We can fix this problem tomorrow.
Well, we can piss and moan about it tomorrow, but yeah. I am now quitting.
Alright. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. That was
I'm glad that you can
unfortunate.
appreciate our horribleness.
Absolute incompetence.
That too.
We will be back tomorrow with Monster Hunter Rise and almost certainly Icarus. And I hope to see you tomorrow. Any last words, Buddah?
We'll be back tomorrow and playing. What we're playing will be,
We will be playing something tomorrow. That something will be fun for us.
Wow. May not be fun for us, but I enjoy it. Punching yourself in the testicles is always fun for viewers.
And
But
I think the Terraria VOD isn't going to make it up, but I'll check it.
Whatever. That a lot of that's going to be Zynex, but you know what? We're playing tomorrow. What we're playing and why we're playing outside of, self-harm is up to discussion. So, yay. See you tomorrow. Good night and all that jazz.
Good night and see you tomorrow.